Is it still possible to keep my payment around the same?
On the Cadillac?
Yeah.
What is your current payment?
I believe it's around $530.
On this one, we're looking at a $74,000 vehicle. If I'm being conservative, even if I say like $5,000, you'd be financing 78, 79 after tax, title, and fees and everything. So your payment would probably be $1,300, $1,400, something like that.
Welcome back to the channel. We're here with another episode of people trying to pay crazy amount on car loans. With that being said, we have a lady who wants to buy a 74K Escalade, already owes 11K on a Tahoe with over 280K miles. But one thing that I would like to say, car loans, right? And bad credit score, no money, barely any money down, no money down. No, these are reasons that stop a lot of people from moving up in life. On a different note, I'm on my way to 500 subscribers. I want to get there before the year ends. So if you enjoy this type of content, please hit the subscribe button. And even if you don't hit the subscribe button, please check out my other videos and see if you end up liking them or not. With that being said, let's jump into it.
The customer called in hoping to get a pretty low payment, rolling over negative equity on our 2023 Cadillac Escalade, about $74,000.
I'm calling about your 2023 Cadillac Escalade.
What information can I get on that one for you?
Well, I was just going to see if I could come test drive it, but before I do that, I just want to make sure I have an idea of what I can get for my trade.
Yeah, of course, we can definitely figure something out on that end. This one, it's got just over 26,000 miles. We have it priced about $73,995. What was your trade on that?
So I have a 2010 Chevy Tahoe.
How many miles are on it?
280,000.
It's quite a few miles. You don't park that thing, huh?
Oh no, I mean I have 5 kids, so I
There you
drive
go.
them around everywhere. I owe just about 11,000.
You owe 11,000 on a 2010 Chevy Tahoe with 280,000 miles.
Yeah. Are you going to be able to give me like a rough estimate of my trade-in value?
All right, let me see here. Honestly, from what I'm seeing, there's ones with less miles being posted for about 6 to 7 grand. So where I would be on trade-in on something like this would probably be about 2,000.
2,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
What I can get it from auction for is about 3, and that's average. The goal is to stay around there to maybe even below that. KBB has it for about 3,500. The max I could probably cap out at would probably be about maybe 3,000 if it comes in and it's clean and it doesn't need anything.
Wow. Okay. So how does that work with me owing 11,000 and you giving me 2,000?
I can print up a write-up for you, but you'll probably end up rolling negative equity into your next loan. You were planning on financing this next one, correct?
Yeah. Sorry. What exactly does that mean? My husband usually is the one who does this.
Pretty much means we make the payoff for the entire amount, but what we give you, let's say you owe 10 just to keep the numbers even, and your vehicle's worth 2, that means you would roll 8,000 into your next loan, so it would raise your payment up by however much that is.
Okay. Is it still possible to keep my payment around the same?
On the Cadillac?
Yeah.
What is your current payment?
I believe it's around $530.
On this one, we're looking at a $74,000 vehicle. If I'm being conservative, even if I say like $5,000, you'd be financing 78, 79 after tax, title, and fees and everything. So your payment would probably be $1,300, $1,400, something like that, depending on what the interest rate is.
That's a lot more than what I was expecting. If I pay off my vehicle, would that make a difference with the payment?
Yeah, it would make a significant difference, but unless you put a hefty chunk down, you'd still be financing close to 70 grand. So on something like this, you can still expect like a 12, maybe $1,100 payment.
Okay.
Is that not what you were thinking?
No, I thought I'd be able to stay around 500 a month.
Oh, I'll be 100% honest. I'm not going to tell you or promise you I can get you a $500 payment on something like this. I genuinely cannot.
Okay, I'll talk to my husband. Thank you.
Okay, if you have anything else, feel free to give me a call.
Okay, have a good one.
You too, bye.
This is a prime example when you're in the market to buy any car or just any interest of a car, right? Please be with somebody that know this type of stuff, right? Car loans, down payments, and interest rates, and all that good stuff, right? Is because she's just calling without her husband and don't even know nothing, like absolutely nothing. What is, rolling over the negative equity and thinking she can stay around the same payment. And first of all, you paying $530 on a 2010 Tahoe, and with 280 miles, like I bet you can buy a car with lower miles than that for about what, 3K, 5K, 7K even. That's me pushing it. And you owe $11,000 on a Tahoe, a 2010. That's a lot, right? And trying to move up to an Escalade that goes down in value within the first or second year of you owning it, that is insane. Like at that point, I would just say probably just upgrade to a Tahoe instead of 2010, probably move up to a 2013, 2014, kind of see if that's your range. But those are mortgage payments. He said it. Like he was like, there's no way he can't even promise it, but there's no way he can bring that down to 500 and something dollars. And that's the thing too, people. You have to have knowledge. Like you don't need to be smart. You don't need to be rich. It's just basic knowledge when it comes to this stuff before even calling anyone. And right now, she definitely in need of a husband. And I hope she don't try to call back without her husband trying to make a deal and put herself and her husband and the marriage in problems because of this. And here's the one question. Why do you need an Escalade for your kids, right? Like why? Why is it that particular car and you can't afford it? Now, if you could afford it, you can pay up front or put a whole bunch of money down, then sure, you can do whatever you want. Who's stopping you, right? But and this if you're doing this for your kids or not to show off or keep up with the neighbors, then you should really reconsider your expenses because it's awful. And oh my gosh, she doesn't know anything. That's how clueless she is. So drop your thoughts down in the comments. Like what do you think about this video and what it is with Escalades? Is it actually for the kids or it's just an excuse to show off or pretend like you have money that you don't, or you know what I'm saying? Like I definitely want to hear from you guys down in the comments. Tim underscore 813 said 11K on a Tahoe with 280K. Yes, that blows my mind how people are willing to pay that much for an old car. Like old car is supposed to be where you can just buy it up front or just put a whole bunch of money down and you only owe like 3K, financing 3K, and then you be done with it from there. Or you just don't buy a car at all. Just use the resources. Like the bus. If there's buses, you can pay for that. Uber. It actually, and that's something people may disagree about, but I can, we can start a conversation about it down in the comments, that if people are paying that much per month for a car, right, for the car note, and we're not even talking about the insurance included, you can definitely afford a Uber to get around. Like depending on where you're going, you can get a Uber, a Lyft, and then go what you need to go. So crap, and wants a 70K loan. Jeez. All right, let's see what this person have to say. How do you how do you owe 11K on a 15-year-old car? The answer to that is simple. Bad credit. That's it. Barely any money down. Easy. Someone said probably got it used and didn't make any extra payments, so it lose value faster than she could pay it off. I think it's just bad credit, and then of course, dealership ripping her off, the usual. Isaac said, "That's crazy to think that you could get a $530 payment on a 70K loan. That crazy." This person Tim was like, "She must be living in La La Land." I totally agree with that because she had no clue of nothing, negative equity, what the car is worth, you know. The car at that point, you could just take it to the junkyard and get more money for that. Just use it for parts, just sell parts. And you don't have much knowledge, and you can definitely learn a lot from this video, hopefully, is if you're willing to pay over 70K for a car, you must have at least 20% down, right? Like you have to put a chunk of money down. That way you can save yourself in, the car going down in value. And if you don't know, the minute you drive the car off the lot, it just goes down in value. And if it's one of those type of brand Escalades and one of those supercars, sometimes or most of the time they go down in value within the first year or the second year. Like I'm talking about a ton. Like it's just wow, go down. So that's something you definitely want to be aware. And like I said, you want to be always with someone who knows more than you when it comes to buying a car because people can play tricks on you. The car salesman was kind of just straight up. He didn't try to play no no tricks, didn't try to get her to sign anything. He just told her straight up, you can't afford this, in the nicest way, of course, right? So that's one advice, and something you can definitely take away from that. And something too, just buying a car that you could afford in general, right? If you paying $530 and owe 11K on a 2010 car that's 15 years ago, that's a huge problem, right? So that means you just like, oh, I like this car, I don't care, I'm gonna just pay whatever they told me to pay, right? That's literally ignorant, right? And something to always know too is learn those basic things. It's like interest rate, the term that you're paying for, right? How long the term is. Because what dealerships, whenever you go to one, they always ask, what type of payment you want to stay around. That's all their tricks of just adding all that interest rate in there and extending that car loan. That way you don't even know what's going on. And they never say the thing about it too, they never put how many years. They always put how many months. So you see a lot of loans that say 60 months, 72 months. They never put 5 years. They never put 6 years. Because if a customer actually seen the amount of years, you're like, oh no, that would have freaked you out. But of course, if you know basic math, you would have been like, oh yeah, that's 5 years, 6 years. But when you're so excited and in the moment, you don't remember those type of things if you're not someone with that amount of knowledge and being comfortable in a surrounding like that, because you're like, oh yeah, I really want this car, let's sign the papers right now. You're not really paying attention to nothing, and from there you got caught up, and then you're now in regret. And then something that people don't know, around United States there's not a cool off period where you like, oh wow, I dislike this car and I can just bring it back. There's only special occasions where a dealership would be like, oh, we take your car in, but you have to buy another car that's around the same value or more. So that's definitely something you want to keep in mind when you're in the market of buying cars. I hope this video was very helpful. I hope you can learn something from this entire video, including my reaction, because people, don't get yourself caught up in that, because that will stop you from being wealthy in life and being wealthy in the moment right now. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm on my way to 500 subscribers. Please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, like this video, leave your comments, drop your thoughts, right? That way we can have a conversation going down in the comments as well. And with that being said, y'all take care. Stay blessed out there. Peace.